Morning, Mr. Radio. Morning, Mr. Oreo. Morning, Mr. I don't even know the rest of the damn song. I'm just going to leave it at that. Shout out to Al Jarreau for creating so many hits. Rest in peace, brother. He was like the maestro. No, he wasn't the maestro. He's like the jazz of soul, jazz artist of soul. He was awesome. Hope y'all can hear me. I have my plugs in. I may play it safe and take these out because I can never tell if y'all can hear me or not. But it's your man Rico the Opinionist. Hold on, I'm going to take my damn all that. It's your man Rico. Rico the Opinionist, just here. Strolling on this Sunday afternoon. Let me get the camera out of my face. Just trying to soak up some of the natural vitamin D, kind of. It rained earlier today, and I appreciate that. Brought in just a little bit of humidity, but I don't care. It's a slow connection. Hopefully that'll pick up. Let a lot of y'all know that I'm on right now. There's that breeze that I appreciate. Again, it's your man Rico the Opinionist. I am live right now on this Sunday, September 3rd, this Labor Day weekend. I'll be talking to y'all tomorrow as well on Labor Day. But wanted to get this done before I do my little Sunday chores and all that stuff. Worked pretty late last night, so I'm just now getting to y'all. But anyway, thank you for those of you who's got me up to 421 subscribers on my Rico the Opinionist page. Good morning, I'm Myrtle. Or good afternoon, I'm Myrtle. How are you? 421 and counting. We're almost at 500. And then we're going to push it to another 500 and another 500. And boom, y'all going to be talking to me live and directly from my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. Like, share, and subscribe to this as well, because we're getting the word out. The word is getting out that Rico has thoughts a lot of you might want to hear. Or he has a perspective that you may not have come across on these news items, or these items in the news. So I just try to put my little spin on it, that's all. All right, like, share, and subscribe. I did tell y'all that, right? And I'm on Rico the Opinionist Facebook page, YouTube, and Instagram. Get at me. So let me start out really quick with my first topic. This is just a Sunday stroll with Rico. That's the title of this. And two topics I want to get into. And the first one is, I hope the wind does not ruin this for me. Y'all let me know if it was too breezy out here and I'll stop it and do something else. But congratulations go out to Deion Sanders, also known as Coach Prime. Coach Prime won a big game yesterday against Texas Christian University, or TCU as it's known, out here in Dallas-Fort Worth, or Fort Worth, how can I say? It's a very expensive school too. And I think they're ranked number 17. And Deion Sanders came to Colorado. What's that, the Buffaloes? They were like 3 and something. For the past 3 years or so before he arrived, they were just like at the bottom of the barrel, the bottom of the well, the bottom of the back of the closet, under all your clothes, all your shoes. That's what their football win-loss record was like, or has been like. And you know what? This was a very pivotal game for Coach Prime. And I'm not going to say even if he doesn't win another game, but he's going to win some more because he's got that Midas touch when it comes to these kind of things. And because look what he did at Jackson State. He's proven he's one of those persons wherever he goes, hey, winning follows. His energy follows, and it's a particular way in which he relates to those young men. I watched his press conference after the game. Good stuff. I didn't know the team was 75% black males. That's awesome. At a school like that. So I think after this win, he's proven that he can compete in the Power 5. He will earn his $5 million this year. Uh, Plus more, if he continues this, it's going to bring more folks to the stands and more people interested in that football program. And it's like, damn, Jackson State, you know, I had him, but the state and the people there didn't want to open up the coffers. You had him, but while he was at Jackson State, he did some cool stuff. He brought his platform with him and placed Jackson State on a whole new light. But, HBCUs, we're going to have to do it on our own like we've always done. But it didn't hurt when a bona fide celebrity came down and was also with a record of winning and personality. It didn't hurt, And I agree with what Dr. Umar Johnson said in the sense that, hey, we could be a lot further if we really... we're really a unified group in this country. But, black folks, we don't seem to think it's really worth much unless outside people put their stamp of approval and kind of cheated out of our own destiny, our own worth. And the people have respected Deion enough, But anyway, that's old news. He's about to push this program, to a particular prominence. And so... Jackson State, we y'all had him for a spell, I guess. And to say that there wasn't any envy amongst the so-called original HBCU coaches would be just be completely disingenuous. There was some hating going on. Because Deion is brash, he's cocky, arrogant, and braggadocious. Like Muhammad Ali was. So... But just like Muhammad Ali, he backed up. He backed it up with wins. So, but anyway, shout out to Coach Prime. Keep doing what you're doing. And shout out to your sons, Shadua and Shiloh, because they showed their ass. They performed very well. And I'm not into sports like that. Like that. Hold on a minute. Okay. But according to what people are saying, he threw for 510 yards, according to what Coach Prime said. He threw for 510 yards as the quarterback. That's very significant. Just like it's been said for years, the quarterback position is always just like it's set aside for white males. Because as I was listening to Kwame Brown earlier, and he's right. That's a leadership position. And they always want the white male to be the leader over everything. It's particularly over Negroes. And it's what's so interesting that a lot of black males have accepted that position as being followers to this one person. And because, when we were in high school, we had plenty of black boys who could quarterback, but it's almost like they didn't have anywhere to go as far as NFL if they didn't decide to become a running back or something. So black boys had to be a quarterback, to be good at being a quarterback, running back, left tackle, whatever these damn positions are. He had to do the running and the catching. While the white male gets to grow up to be Tom Brady. So, shout out to Deion for, pushing past that systematic plan there, strategy. Try to always keep white males as quarterbacks in the NFL. And even a lot of it in colleges as well. So, shout out to Shadua. Shout out to his son Shiloh. Shout out to those young brothers for doing their thing. Shout out to the Sanders family, man. He's raising a dynasty. He's raised and continuing to groom and raise a dynasty in the sports world. Now let me get to my second topic. I see there's a lot of activity around me. Something must be popping off. Y'all know. And what I do is I listen. I just kind of process stuff, right? And try to hear people's perspectives, varying perspectives. Because I have mine. I would like to see if I align with people, or am I still always on the outside of what a lot of people say. And I like to think that a lot of people align with what I say, and I align with a lot of what they say. There's a lot of people thinking outside the box, but they don't have the platforms to be heard outside the box, if you know what I mean. I know my little YouTube channel ain't been heard hardly anywhere, but at least it'll be recorded that I said it. And if it were ever brought back up, I'd never deny it. Hold on a second. All right, hold on. Go, call. I'm not gonna trust it. So, but anyway, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to cross the street here, so I don't want anybody to get hurt, especially me. All right, we're gonna cross here. I'm kind of give me a little gallop here. I hate when people run and the camera start moving like this and stuff. No, it's kind of weird and rude. Some blew my eye. But anyway, y'all. I try to get different perspectives just to hear what other people are saying. And so, this whole thing. Oh yeah, the second topic is. Oh yeah, let me. I guess get y'all ready. The second topic that I want to talk about briefly is. The title of it is. Black voters. I probably should have said most, but. Just specify, because if someone would say, not all black voters, so at least over 90%. Black voters seem to have this Ike and Tina relationship with the Democratic Party. I'm sure y'all can understand that comparison. They just take a beating and keep on going. But I guess complain about it later. Get whatever benefits they think. There's hardly any. So, this is what I want to talk about. I'm always talking about, the Democratic Party and black people. It's almost like blacks are in a cult. We're in a cult. Someone else has your mind. They can snap a finger and have you doing anything. Even when it's to your disadvantage as a person or a group. And that's been the Democratic Party for black folks. And I've even been able to break it down to gain an understanding of why black people vote for their own demise with their party in every election. What it is, what office it is, well, you better vote Democrat. And we can throw out the historical relevance of it all, but I'm going to get to the cult part of it. The cult part of it is for me, it's very simple. When you want to destroy a community, you attack the women. Or you go through the women because, no, you attack the men. In order to get to the men, you have to get to the women. And that is the strategy that's always used. You want to take down a society. Let's go to the story of Pocahontas. When they wanted to get to the warriors, get behind the walls or the defenses of the Indian culture, or the Indian group, tribe. They went through Pocahontas. Good morning, Mary Max. Pocahontas was messing around with allegedly John Smith. And she reportedly fell in love, and they told her, hey, leave we fork-tongued white man alone. She said, no, you don't know him. You don't know him. He's not like the others. And she messed around and brought him into the fold. And next thing you know, hey, millions and millions of Native Americans slaughtered because of Pocahontas. Then let's go to the movie Avatar, the first one. It's like the same thing. The same thing, right? That alien woman's messed with the white man who dropped off by a spaceship. And she already had, her culture already had her set up for her husband, Lance Alonso. Let's say Laz Alonso, yeah, Dominican brother. And of course, playing the usual brown-skinned chick that loves a white man, Dominicana Zoe Saldana. They always pick her for those roles because she likes white men in real life. She married them and made sure her children didn't come out looking. Like her. So anyway, in the movie Avatar, they warned against that white visitor in their beautiful, beautiful paradise. And she fought against her own people to get with that white man. She fought and fought. And then finally, she let him through the gates. If y'all ever saw the movie Avatar, y'all know what happened. The ships came in and dropped bombs and missiles and shooting up, boo, 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 boo. Blew up the goddamn paradise because of her. And so that's the same thing with the black community. Even in slavery, they attacked the male children. Let's go back to Pharaoh. We must kill all the firstborn boys. Because everyone knows, even throughout history, women aren't a threat to any goddamn thing. They can be used as pawns. As long as you flirt with them and tell them they're pretty and give them a bouquet of flowers. Or give them a couple of bucks. You're talking about the double agents. The first double agents in our community were women. Oh, yeah. Because they're easy. You ever know about, just go back to 100 years ago, the beginning of gangsters. And go 150 more years in the old Wild Wild West. Women didn't even have guns. But somehow they outlived all the men. And y'all think that Marshall Dillon had all the women? They was messing with Machine Gun Kelly, Machine Gun, whatever. I know it's the rapper, White Boy rocking that name, but John Dillinger, Al Capone, they all had women. And those women, played a double agent and turned them all in. Even the thug gang members in your neighborhood, they got females. They played double agent, and they always outlive the drug dealers. They be in the thick of it, running money, helping to rob. They do all that, snitching. They do the most snitching. They still alive. So they understand that the war is never with the women, it's with the men. And so you say, Rico, what's that got to do with the Democratic Party? Well, when feminism came in and started attacking the black community, who they recruit? They didn't recruit the men. They recruited the black women. And so the feminists went in and infiltrated the Democratic Party. And then the white liberals came in, along with the feminists, that's all part of the same thing, came in and said, yeah, sisters, y'all are powerful, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know the history. I'm not going to go through all this shit. But I'm trying to make a point here. The reason the black community votes at 94% at every race is because the women and black men who are trained as little boys, the black woman is God. I don't care what your mama said, what she ever does. You ain't got but one mama. Y'all know all that training, this deep cult-like loyalty that black boys are trained and groomed to have with their mothers and the women in their families. Well, that's how they think politically. Well, my mama vote Democrat. My sister, my daughter. That black men, for the most part, vote not on their own intelligence, not on their own cognizance. They vote based on who they're sleeping with. And that's why you have black women at 94% and black men at 89% voting Democrat. And black men are really, every time they vote Democrat, vote against their own interests. But he just trying to, keep the peace in the house. So, having said that, it's the weirdest thing. It's almost like it's a cult-like following. And I'm leading up to what I'm talking about. I like to give y'all a little fill-in. Those of you who've been on my page know I like to give a little fill-in. It's not about attacking. It's about sharing information. But everybody's always welcome to prove me wrong. I like to hear opposing views. It's cool. Just prove me wrong, hell. And so, y'all are not paying attention to these so-called Negro Democratic leaders that y'all be fawning over. From Barack Obama to, he's bi-Negro, he's biracial, but, he went under the banner of black for the sake of the political strategy, but, even your local elections where y'all live, vote Democrat. And then your national leaders who are Democrat, who really drive the Democratic Party home to black people. And they always use this one threat. They're going to attack your voting rights. They's going to attack those voting rights. They never come with anything else. And we fall for, ooh, that's right. They're going to stop, hey, Kenyatta, sweetheart. Luke, what's up? Mary Max, I said what's up, didn't I? Okay. So it's like it never come with any substance. It's always the same old stuff, and black men just go along with it. So the latest killings that happened to black people, because we can't seem to get anything specific out of black Democrats. And a lot of people are noticing this, but not enough. But you haven't noticed it as part of the black masses in America. See, we are so trained to think that Republican is the boogeyman, and which he is in a lot of times. But yeah, we never heard of. Hold on a second. I want these cars to block out my sound. We have heard of this thing called sleeping with the enemy. We sleep with the enemy every day, politically speaking. But then we just turn a blind eye when they do some horrendous things to us, or we're so trained that we don't even know to question it, or we're afraid to question it. Because we will literally bully and threaten any black person, especially a black man, if he dares to say, hey, I don't vote Democrat. We will threaten him. What's up, Javier? Some Mexican dudes want to blow. I don't have on a cool t-shirt. And so, maybe he knew me, I don't know. So, anyway, we will threaten him and accuse him of being Republican. And if you don't vote, that's a vote for Republican. Well, last year and the last 3 years ago, it's a vote for Trump. I thought when you pulled the lever down, it was a vote for somebody. I ain't know if you don't vote, it's a vote for somebody. Boy, they come up with some different shit every year. So I wonder what they're going to say next year in 2024 for the elections for local and national elections. You got literally two leaders. You got a Republican old fool and a Democratic old fool literally falling asleep at the podium. Shout out to Miss McConnell. Shout out to Joe Biden. But literally falling asleep. Mary Max, hold on. What you say, babe? Can you talk about how black women have thrown black folks to the wolves in favor of a relationship with the white Republican? Oh, and Republican men. I'll try to allude to all of that, but thank you. I will allude to all of that. Let me go to the right here. I'll try to get to all of that. I think I know what you're talking about. So, let's see. Thank you for that question, Mary Max. And so, I want to give another, before I go further into that, 'cause I know I jump all over the place, but I want to give another scenario how we just get played by the Democratic Party. Yeah, I remember the horror movie when the decade of horror movies was the 70s and early 80s. Those two good decades of horror movies. And one of the movies was called Carrie by Stephen King. Shout out to Stephen King. Carrie. And they also had Christine, the car, and all that stuff. And It and all that stuff. But Carrie in the 70s. Shout out to Sissy Spacek. She's also known for a movie, one of my favorite movies called Coal Miner's Daughter. Okay. Would you say, Mary Max, I think black men are the linchpins in the 224 election session? Think so too, or season, my bad. Carrie was the movie of this shy girl. We'll call her the black voter. And Carrie represents to me as the black voter. She's very shy. She's a Democratic voter, right? And Carrie, she just mind her own business. She's a little shy girl, and with the high school, she went home. All she did was vote Democrat. Meaning Carrie used to go home to her mother because her mother's very domineering and very possessive and always put her down and always made her feel like that no one else would want her and like her and all of that stuff. Her mother was one of those hyper Democrats. We'll say that. Die-hard, cult-following Democrat. Carrie's mother. Now, I'm just doing parables here, comparisons, right? And so, Carrie go out to school and all kinds of different people, independents, Republicans, and all that stuff. Everybody just kind of ignored her, and she felt self-conscious around all these other parties. And then The Republicans used to make fun of her, call her skinny. The Republicans in the school used to make fun of her, call her skinny, say she wasn't pretty and all that. And then so one day, a Democrat came to her and said, hey, don't worry about them. Let's go to the prom. And so, yeah. And so let's go to the prom. And so he started pretending to like her. But I think he's generally like her. He was liking her and stuff and being friends with her, but she made it more than what it was. And so, next thing you know, she went home and told her mom, I'm finna go to the prom. And he's a Democrat. And her mom was on the hard, said, I don't trust him. He's a Democrat, mama. And then those other Democrats, how can I say, the white ones, to particularly care for her like that. And so, got ready. She's like, no, don't go, Carrie, don't go. I said, no, mama, he's not like the rest of the Democrats. Not like the rest of them. No, Carrie, don't go. And so, she's like, no, mama, I'm gonna go. No. And then she was walking out the door. No, don't go, Carrie. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. Don't go. No, mama, they're my friends. The black Democrat says about the others who she believes is cool. But all the while they're plotting to make a fool out of her. Get to the prom, the little Democratic dude. They get named prom king and queen. Next thing you know, they had set up a bucket of pig blood. And soon as she got crowned prom queen, they pulled the string and the pig blood came and splashed her prom dress. She looked around, all of the Democrats were laughing at her. And so, that's how, of course, at the end you saw the movie, she switched parties, I'll just say that. She switched parties. That's how she killed everybody. But anyway, I don't know if she went independent or Green Party. I don't know if she went Republican or not, but she got out the Democratic Party. And that's the whole thing. So, but one thing, I know there's a whole lot of shit all over the place. But I just wanted to share with y'all that story. Just how kind of, black voters in the Democratic Party. And so, it's just kind of like it's not even using real reason behind why they vote Democrat. They just do it because it's tradition. And that doesn't make sense. Especially when heterosexual black men vote Democrat. I don't understand. I can't get not one heterosexual masculine black man to explain to me, online or in person, why they vote Democrat. I can't. And so that means, yes, I'm challenging you. If you're a heterosexual masculine black man, you never had sex with men, you're not attracted to men, you don't hate women, explain to me why you vote Democrat. You believe in the sanctity of a marriage between a man and a woman. You believe that transgenderism, body dysmorphia, all that stuff is mental illness. I need to explain to me, why do you believe that immigrants coming over do put black Americans at a disadvantage economically and politically? I need you to talk to me and tell me why you still voting Democrat. And so, I don't mind. I'll give you a couple of minutes to try to plead your case. So anyway, these recent mass murders of black folks at the Buffalo Tops grocery store, and his most recent one in Jacksonville, Florida, just to keep y'all kind of close. We don't have to go too far back. Well, when these white mass murderers come out and specifically target black people, even when you read their manifesto, they say black people, right? Follow me. Your Democratic leadership, they never say anything specifically about blacks. And I'm going to detour for a second and say, hey, would y'all do me a favor and go look up Dr. Claude Anderson? And when he talks about benign neglect, do y'all know what that is? I think a lot of you don't. If you did, you wouldn't be voting Democrat. Benign neglect is when they made a rule years ago Don't ever, and my Dr. Claude Anderson voice, don't ever, 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 ever do anything specifically for black folks. No politician will never, 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 never do anything specifically for black folks. You can talk about, what do you say? You can talk about humpback whales, midgets, humpback whales, but never anything specifically for black folks. Shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson, who's still trying to hold on at 85, 86, trying to teach us. But y'all still ignoring him. And so, what's his name? Jeffries. That Jeffries guy and Ayala, that Congresswoman Ayala Presley, and Kamala Harris, Al Sharpton. Y'all go and look up the comments they made about this recent Jacksonville, Florida mass murder, not mass shooting, but mass murder of black people. Y'all listen to your Democratic language when they're speaking to the press and when they try to talk to you. Well, you know, they use very vague language like this was a hate crime based on a group of people because of how they looked, and we should make sure we got to attack these gun laws. All of them said the same thing. We must attack these gun enthusiasts. None of them ever talked about the direct murder and direct attack on black people by white racists or white supremacists. The only time they talk about white supremacists is when they want to condition you in that Pavlovian way. I'm going to say the word Trump, and the Negroes will get on code. That's the only time you ever know they ever talk about white supremacy when they talk about Trump. But they don't mention white supremacy when it comes to the attack on black people specifically. Instead of them saying white supremacy for what it is, those men targeted black people. You know, Al Sharpton, Jeffries, they had the nerve to mention, well, this attack on all of us, all of our history, Jews, LGBT. Wait a minute, and none of the manifesto did neither of the murderers mention Jews, Asians, homosexuals, women. None of that. They said specifically blacks. So how come your black Democratic representative doesn't ever speak directly to the attack on black people? I want to say there's something going on with y'all, man. Y'all have two ears like I do. Most of you have 20/20 vision. I know you see like I see. So why do y'all purposely ignore the people who are actually the enemy that you're sleeping with? Why? Why? Answer me, damn it. Hell, y'all, it's a chat. It's a chat right here. Answer me. Every time I talk about shit that y'all want to talk about, I can't hear nothing from y'all. I can't never hear nothing from no Negro Democrat, no black person who votes Democrat. I can't ever hear anything from you. And y'all can't say I'm lying. How come your black Democratic leadership never ever says anything specifically about black people? Never, never, never. Even in your local politics, you can't even get the people who run for mayor of Memphis to say black, or city council to say black. And Memphis is a 62% black city. I don't understand how. Hey, is that too radical in 2023? Is that a strategy to try to get in office, and then as soon as they get in office, you totally ignored? Are you that retarded? Hakeem Jeffries, that's his name. Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader of the House right now. Ayanna Pressley is the bald-headed congresswoman, Democrat. Kamala Harris, Democrat, Vice President of the United States. They never, ever, ever say black. But she did. Let me tell you something. Kamala Harris mentioned black people. Y'all know that video that goes around, but y'all act like y'all don't see it before she got elected. When the guy asked her, the reporter asked her, if there's anything specifically you talking about, for black folks, she said, I'm not going to do anything specifically for black folks. Turn her head, admit that shit. But she's done something specifically for LGBT, something specifically for illegal immigrants, something specifically for Jews, something specifically for everybody else, and your black Democrat done votes specifically to send money to Israel and Ukraine. But they can't ever come up with a vote or anything to specifically benefit black people. I'll tell you, call me all the names you want to, but one thing you cannot call me is a liar. So the day you call me a liar, I'm going to make you prove it, goddammit. I don't do frivolous debates, because all it is, you just debating from your ego. I want you to debate from the facts. I want you to debate for what you believe that you have. That is intelligence. I don't care about that other shit. And don't ask me no crap like, well, Rico, what you think the Republicans done? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know how dumb that question is whenever y'all ask somebody like me that question, or anybody who questions the motives and direct behaviors of black Democrats or white liberals. But it's already a given. But y'all know how stupid that is when you say that? When you ask questions like, what do you think Trump done? What do you think the Republicans done? See, y'all don't vote Republicans. Y'all don't vote. Black people vote for Democrat. So y'all vote Democrat over 90%. And that's why there's an expectation of some type of delivery of services for your votes. That's why I get on their ass. Now, if y'all voting 75 to 80% Republicans and y'all don't get nothing in return, I'm like, why the fuck y'all voting Republican? Why y'all doing that stupid? That's how I roll. So don't ask me, Rico, what do you think Republicans done? That we're not even supposed to have any expectation of goddamn Republicans, remember? So stop doing it. You got to come to me with better questions. Better questions. Or better yet, why don't you look in the mirror and ask yourself, why do I keep voting Democrat? I know why the women do it, because they cater to women. Single mothers, lesbians, to break up the black family, to keep her single. You know, to keep pushing the woman forward, because they know that continuously divides the race and the family. The number one asset that fights all BS is a solid family, mother, father, and children in the household. They've worked on this for 50 years, 60 years to make sure that this don't happen, and they've been successful at it. There's down in Florida. Let me tell you how sick a lot of Democratic women, because I've said it a bunch of times and I ain't lying. Who knows, I may change my mind. But I know I'm not. I will never vote for a woman Democrat, especially no black one. And not because she's black, not because she's a woman. I know her politics. Any black woman you vote for, and you're a black man, you are stupid. Because in her race, all she talks about is women, LGBT, illegal immigrants, and Ukraine. That's all she cares about. And I don't understand why y'all guys keep voting for these women. Because soon they get in there, they ignore your ass. They have nothing but vagina parties all day long. And they all still want to be in bed with these white men, Democrat or Republican. Let me give y'all an example of some weird shit I saw. Now, everybody's talking about how DeSantis, what's his name? Ron the sick, whatever, Ron DeSantis, right? He came down there to a vigil in Jacksonville, Florida, based on as a result of the 3 black people that was murdered. And I think there's some men involved in the murder. First thing I saw, let me tell y'all the slick shit. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me tell y'all the slick shit about that. Sorry this video is going long. Sorry if I'm taking extra time in my points, but I'm strolling. Y'all saw the title of the damn video. I'm strolling. And so, you know, these black folks who, y'all hate Republicans, which is fine. They have a lot to be hated for. But what I don't like is the disingenuousness of the presentation of this particular video. So that's why it is important that you always always look for all the resources talking about a particular story, because somebody always has either this much of the story, or the whole story. Now, you go on these black YouTube pages, black celebrity, Democratic, like D.L. Hughley's page and all that, they only show this much of the story. Now, granted, those pages like his, those black celebrity pages, this Democrat, they showed the people booing the crap out of DeSantis. And all we ran with the story, man, them black folks, and there was white folks in the audience too. Hey, you're the reason that the 3 people are dead because of your rhetoric. Somebody white said that. And black people like, hey, he was on his way to Edward Waters to try to kill those. So they got on his ass. But here's the part that D.L. Hughley and others left out on purpose. It's all about swaying a narrative. Two things. When they was booing him, and it cuts off before this happens, right? All the videos that showed on these black websites, black YouTube channels, black celebrity channels, they all cut off at this part when they're booing him and he stops talking. But then when you see the whole story, when they're booing him, guess what happens in the whole videos? I'm gonna go this way. A fat blonde-haired black woman with her hair short, colored blonde with these big old weird ass gold rimmed glasses on, looking like a negress Elton John. I don't know if her teeth were missing or she had a mouthful of chewing gum. She grabs the mic and said, listen, y'all, she was a city councilwoman there in Jacksonville. Her name is Jacoby, whatever that mammy's name is. Let me tell y'all something. Now, this is a Democrat. Now, the governor's here to talk to y'all about it. And let me tell y'all something. It ain't about a party because a bullet doesn't have a party's name on it. That kind of shit. And then he's here and he about to bring gifts. I'm going to accept the gifts for my community. That's what this bitch said. Instead of her joining her community and booing his racist dog. This mammy got up. 2 things it reminded me of. Malcolm X said, whenever you're about to take a swing at the white racist or the racist, it's a Negro always jumping away to block the punch. And that's what that fat bitch did. And then you got a black representative out of Florida. Her last name is Dixon. She was standing there mean mugging DeSantis. That's not the crime. But she had on a t-shirt that says, I think she's, damn, I won't forget it. I stand with black women. Something like that. Or it's something to that effect. I stand with black women. Wait a minute, ma'am. And you can contact me, whoever you are. I think some people got on her ass about it. She said, no, I represent all the people. No, that's not what your t-shirt said. You said, had on a t-shirt that's gone viral, I stand with black women or I protect black women, something, when it wasn't just black women who was murdered. Miss Representative Dixon out of Jacksonville, Florida. See, fellas, I need y'all to pay attention to these double agents, these mammies. You know, they want your vote. They treat you just like anybody else. They want your vote, but they don't want you. And she's a husky-looking broad, too. I don't trust none of them. I do not. And when I saw that t-shirt on that heifer, I said, there you go right there. We can't have a movement with all these old Democratic, bootleg, bought-off women. And the men are just done for. Y'all go look at that video, and y'all go and see what I'm talking about. Find the video and pay attention to that black woman with that sweaty face and her hair all over her head. They're standing not too far from DeSantis, and she has a t-shirt that says, I stand with black women or some shit like that. Ma'am, that was a hell of a t-shirt for you to wear when it wasn't just a black woman that was murdered in that damn massacre. It was black men is there, but fellas, y'all not paying attention. I'm not saying this to be divisive. I'm saying it because I'm always trying to do my part in waking black men up. Because what you don't know, a lot of times you're sleeping with the enemy. We moved into some very treacherous times in this country. Feminism has, man, seeped into even your household as a man of your house. You get rebellion from your 5-year-old daughter, your 15-year-old daughter. Don't even respect their daddy, even though he made it happen. Because the mama too busy undermining him behind his back, or hell, in his face. Depends on weak he is of a leader in his household. That is what it is. Disrespecting men is part of the day in America, and is really awful in the black race in this country. How black men are just ain't thought of his shit. You can be rich, you can have your own stuff, and chicks still talk shit to you. And so y'all wonder why there's such a powerful movement called Passport Bros? Okay, keep on wondering. Yeah, go check that out. So that bothered me as well. You know, y'all watch out for these black Democratic females. Hell, the white ones too, but y'all know I ain't studying them white liberals, because I already know what that, like Malcolm X said, you got the wolf and the fox. Well, we view the Republican as the wolf, but goddamn it, a fox love to eat chickens too. They just come in with a grin on their sharp teeth. A wolf come in mean mug and go on straight in his business up, have feathers and guts every goddamn well. The fox will come in there and say, excuse me, oh, not you, this one. And grab him, bite him by the neck and pull him off somewhere and pull him apart. But we don't listen to Malcolm for some reason. And y'all, that's why it always tickles me when I hear black Democrats get upset about what's going on in Florida. They're taking away the educational, they're trying to take away African American studies from their teaching children that, well, all them black folks that got kids, if you're a Democratic leader cared about black people, you say, y'all damn all that. We'll put together a bill to make sure there's funding where your kids can go and be taught. And a nonprofit, and we're going to create some buildings and institutes where your kids can go. But they don't be thinking like that, because all they think about is what their allegiance is to the white power structure. Y'all know the Congressional Black Caucus, Democrats, nothing from black folks. Why is that even relevant? We have to, as a community in this country, as a race in this country, start weeding. Sorry, y'all. We're going to have to weed out the people who are in our own backyards who are doing us in. So, but anyway, I just think it's awful that we got so many bootlicks in the Democratic Party. They won't even say the word black when they're talking about you. They say, well, you know, that thing that happened to them can happen to those people of color. Or those people can happen to anyone, you know, trans, Jews, yeah, blah, blah. And none of the mass murders of blacks ever mention any other group in their manifesto letters. But anyway, y'all, I digress. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's your man, Rico the Opinionist. And I hope that little break didn't disturb you. But I just wanted to share that. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.